welcome to day 17 of Shocktober. Today we're going to be talking about Kwaidan. So, can you believe we're only halfway through the month? Oh God. I don't know why I decided to keep my regular schedule while I was doing Shocktober. Not that I'm complaining, because I've kept up with it. Like, can I just get a few props for keeping up with it so far? Like, damn, I'm pretty good. But, oh, holy crap. It still feels like Halloween is so far away, but it's also super close, I feel like. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about Kwaidan today, which is a Japanese horror anthology that takes 4 classic Japanese folk tales with supernatural twists, or themes, I should say, supernatural themes. What's good about Kwaidan? Well, one, it's an anthology, kind of. I feel like it felt less anthology-like because it's all the same director, so it just feels more like a collection of stories, which is an anthology. And there's not like a wraparound or anything, and there's not really a theme, although I read that the 4 stories were supposed to represent the 4 seasons or something like that. So, I mean, make of that what you will. It felt super like fable, like, and I didn't know that they were based on folklore going in. And halfway through, in the little like intermission part of the movie, I looked at my phone and saw that. And then it made a little bit more sense because they felt very like fable-like they were supposed to be kind of like a lesson or a moral at the end of each segment. Really liked how kind of just like storybook-esque everything felt. Obviously these shorts were filmed on sound stages, and there was a lot of kind of like, I don't even know what you would call it, but just like, I guess like effects or something with the color. So in the opening credits of the movie, there are like splashes of color, and it looks kind of like, you know, dumping like paint into water or something like that, like, you know what I mean? Or like food dye into water. I know that there's probably a term for that, and it's just like, I have no idea. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about. Just splashes of color, like vivid color, and they use that a lot like in the background of the segments, like in the skyline and things like that, and it like kind of looks, obviously it's a little unrealistic, but it looks very like like something you would see in a storybook. So it just, as you're watching each story, it feels like somebody's telling you the story, like, rather than you watching it. It feels like an elder or something is telling you the story, like by a fire with some hot cocoa or something like that. I don't know, that probably sounds silly, but that's just like, I got like kind of just like cozy like story time vibes from each of these, even though they're like supposed to be like ghost stories. That's what Kwaidan means. Some of the 2 of the shorts in particular, I guess, there were kind of some slow moving parts that kind of dragged the segment on a little bit. Like the movie clocks in at almost 2.5 hours, so it's quite long. So I feel like the ones in particular I'm talking about are Black Hair and Hoichi the Earless. And kind of in the middle, they both drag a little bit. Like there's an archery scene in Black Hair that kind of like slows down the story a little bit. And then in Hoichi, there's kind of like the part where like the story is he's blind, and a ghost of one of the warriors from the old story comes to him and takes him back to this this place where you see all of the ghosts and everything of like the emperor and the servants and all the people from the story materialize to listen to Hoichi play. I cannot remember the name of the instrument that he plays, and he tells the story of their battle and kind of like the tragedy of it. So there's like a part in the middle in the story where the monks, or I think they're monks, I'm not really sure what they are. They all work in a temple. This is not making any sense, and I feel like I'm just kind of like babbling. Where they're trying to figure out what's going on with Hoichi while he's like night after night being taken by this ghost to this place to perform for all the other ghosts. But he obviously doesn't know that that's what's happening because he's blind. Hopefully, you know, I don't know. I'll just stop talking. Anyways, the point was that it drags. Those both kind of drag a little bit in the middle, and I feel like it kind of ruins the momentum, and then it kind of has to like gain it back to get to kind of like the big finish of each story. Should you watch Kwaidan? I would say yeah, I really liked it. If you like Japanese horror, I think you'll like it. It's all like, when I say they're supernaturally themed, like it's all very like ghost, you know, Japanese ghost story. So if you like that sort of thing, you'll definitely like it. It's not as weird as some of the other Japanese horror stories of fame, like House, the one I just recently reviewed. It's definitely not that weird. These are pretty normal. The weirdest thing about them is that they involve ghosts. That being said, I'm gonna give Kwaidan a 4 out of 5. On IMDb, it has an 8 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes has an 85% critic score and a 90% audience score, so you really have no choice but to go watch this. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and then every single day this month there's an additional movie review for Shocktober. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.